Hey, what's up? Welcome back to our YouTube channel, the go-to place for all things luxury and over the top. Today, we're diving into the world of one of hip-hop's biggest icons, Drake. When it comes to luxury, Drake doesn't just set the bar, he practically owns the bar. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our exclusive videos. Get cozy, get snazzy, and let's get this luxurious party started. As the Toronto Raptors ambassador, Drake extends his influence beyond music to make an indelible mark on NBA history. Despite not being a player, he proudly owns the most expensive championship ring ever. But he wasn't content with that. He went a step further and had a special ring created with 30-carat diamonds, surpassing the bling of any NBA ring to date. The price tag on this unique ring? A cool $150,000. Drake had a close call with the law, facing over 10 years in jail because of some art he bought for his new album, Her Loss. Trouble brewed when, he used a fake Vogue magazine cover and got hit with a lawsuit. Copyright infringement, basically using someone else's stuff without permission, could land you a 10-year jail term. To dodge prison, Drake had to cough up a hefty $4 million fine. It's a chunk of change, but way better than ending up behind bars and having his whole life flipped upside down. His life took a different path when he got inspired by Tupac and jumped into the rap game. Going all in, he got 2 pendants with Tupac's face on them, each costing $300K. But Drake's Tupac obsession doesn't stop there. Turns out, when you park yourself on his warm toilet seat, Tupac's track Hit 'Em Up starts blasting on a loop. Lil Yachty spilled the beans, saying it can get pretty annoying, especially when you're just trying to handle your business. Drake snagged one of the coolest Tupac memorabilia at an auction. Tupac's iconic crown ring, worn during his last big moment at the MTV Music Awards just before he was tragically killed. The ring is etched Pac with Dada, 1996, referring to Tupac's girlfriend, Dada Jones. Dropping a crazy $1.02 million on it, Drake made it the priciest hip-hop item ever auctioned. Drake is a huge fan of both Tupac and the NBA. He spent a lot of money on front row seats, but he also pulled off a massive troll maneuver against Steph Curry that upset the Warriors during a championship game. Drake wanted to mess with Curry's Warriors' minds in the 2019 finals when Drake's Raptors faced them. So a few days before the game, he contacted a rare jersey collector to have a unique jersey created. This jersey was so difficult to find that the owner refused to sell it to Drake, and they had to argue heavily over the price. The jersey, which was formerly possessed by Steph's father, Del Curry, when he briefly played for the Raptors, cost Drake $15,000. Seeing Curry on the back of a rival team's jersey messed up the Warriors, and it played a significant role in them losing the game and eventually the finals. Drake enjoys pampering himself, but he's also generous with his fans. He's well known for throwing out Chanel or Louis Vuitton bags to girls in the crowd. However, one fan received something even more extraordinary. Drake noticed someone at one of his events holding a sign indicating that he spent all their furniture money just to be there. Feeling guilty, Drake vowed to pay them $50,000 in exchange for his support. Spending all your money on a concert ticket may appear stupid, but it paid out for the fan in the end. But $50K is little change for Drake, who owns the most expensive shoes ever. And guess what? You can't even rock them with your feet. They feel like fancy art pieces rather than actual shoes because they're made of solid gold. It's a collaboration between Drake's label, OVO, and Air Jordan 10. The artist behind them explained that he chose the 10s because they have one of the sickest patterns. Just have a look. Little surprise, Drake paid $2.1 million for the pair. Is there a catch? Yeah, they weigh more than 100 pounds. But forget those shoes. Drake's car collection is where the real magic happens. Once he made it big, he traded his Acura for a Bugatti Veyron Sang Noir, which cost him cool $2.2 million. Wonder why it's so pricey? Well, it's just one of 12 in the world, and Drake is the sole Canadian owner. Plus, it was the first car to break the 250 mile per hour mark and then go from 0 to 60 in a lightning fast 2.5 seconds. That purchase was the turning point, and from there, he went on to snag 7 more supercars, including a $500,000 Lamborghini Aventador, a $900,000 Mercedes Maybach, and a $1 million LaFerrari. Now, check out one of Drake's wildest rides. It's basically a fighter jet on wheels. It's called the Devil 16 and cost a crazy $2 million. Seriously, Look at this thing. It's like it's from the future. Like 2070 vibes, and it blows the Bugatti out of the water, hitting speeds over 350 miles per hour. Drake's most unusual car has to be his Chrome Hearts Rolls-Royce Cullinan. It's decked out with goth crosses and lily flowers, giving it Saints logo vibe, all stitched into the sleek black leather. And here's the kicker. When he switches off the lights, the ceiling starts lighting up with stars. But that's smart. But that small rolling party just didn't do it for Drake. After the Astroworld chaos, he needed to unwind, so he rolled up in a strip club in Houston and threw down more than $1 million on the floor. He's all about the club life, even rapping in a bunch of songs about hiring strippers himself. He's so into that he went and he copped a club in Houston called The Ballet. Drake swears it's not your typical strip joint, but a cool dance experience for amazing women. I don't know, sounds like a strip club vibe to me, bro. Drake can basically buy everything he wants, including one of the most expensive jewelry collections ever possessed by a human or celebrity. Let's talk about the chain he bought from the legendary Frank Ocean. Frank wore it to the 2021 Met Gala, and it's next level, over 9,000 diamonds, 18-karat white gold, with a price tag of $1.9 million. And that's not all. Drake got a watch that takes his gambling vibes wherever he goes. It's the Jacob & Company Astronomical Casino. And get this, it's got a legit roulette table inside. Drake's special version cost over $600,000, but of course he had to rep his OVO brand. The logo's an owl, so he grabbed a pendant with an owl made out of over a pound of gold and covered it in diamonds, worth about $2 million. But hold up, the weirdest piece in his collection isn't even that. One day, a fan commented on his post saying his teeth looked a bit dirty. Drake took that to heart because he clapped back, saying that he's got a pink diamond in his tooth. He brushes with activated charcoal before any night out, where he might see some attractive people. Not sure where he got a diamond that tiny, it just looked like there's some food stuck in his teeth. That little speck of a diamond is valued at $15,000, but his most significant bling buy shows that Drake, well, is a bit of a romantic softie. He went all out and got a necklace to represent his past relationships. And you know, that's gotta be a whole bunch of exes. 42 diamonds for 42 girls? No way he's proposed that many times. But he's doing the most. The necklace itself is a whopping 351 carats of diamonds, set in 18-karat white gold. Each diamond was handpicked, making the whole thing cost a crazy $12.5 million. That's more than my entire life's worth, and he's putting it on a necklace. His whole jewelry stash is valued at a crazy $50 million. Crazy, right? But that's small change compared to his very own private jet called Air Drake. And the price tag on this thing is just out of this world. The legendary Virgil Abloh worked his magic on this design that wraps around the plane, featuring a sky blue and Drake OVO owl logo on the tail. Inside, it's like a flying palace, 3 private suites, 2 living rooms, and a business lounge. It's big enough to squeeze up to 45 people on board. He's probably throwing some epic parties up in there. But the most insane part is that Drake got the plane for free, even though it's valued at a whopping $185 million. The cargo jet, a company that knew Drake's impact on social media and culture, handed it to him as a smart marketing move. And as they said, it's win-win. But being the most famous rapper doesn't mean everything falls in your lap for free. Drake went in big and dropped a ton of cash on an old school carnival named Luna Luna. This theme park used to be a hit back in the 1980s, but here's the kicker. None of the rides actually do anything. It's famous for having rides that are like fancy art pieces created by well-known designers. In 1986, it had to be shut down because of legal problems. Drake got hooked on the vibe and decided to bring it back. So in 2022, he tossed a whopping $100 million to give it a new life. Drake went all in on some fancy mansions, especially in Beverly Hills. This place is valued at over $90 million, and guess what? It's got 10 bedrooms and a whopping 22 bathrooms. I know, seriously, why so many bathrooms? It's got those Italian vibes going on and boasts an amazing view of Hollywood Hills. Oh, and his bedroom has this cool wall that opens up to a private patio. Great for just hanging out with a date or enjoying the view. Then there's this YOLO pad in LA, a steal at just $7.7 million. It comes with an 80-foot water slide and a private resort tucked into a waterfall. It's a bit cozier with neighbors close by. Drake straight up told them that if his parties bother them, he's ready to buy them out. Now that's a power move. And you know what? He wasn't just talking. He ended up snagging 2 more houses on the same street. But his main house base is still up in Toronto. So what's Drake up to? Well, the guy seems to crave some serious entertainment and excitement, chasing that dopamine rush. He's throwing around more cash in a casino than I've probably seen my whole life. Roulette is his jam, and he's had some wild wins. One time on a live stream, he scored 17 million with a single spin. Of course, not every roll's a win. He took a hit too, dropping 20 million while betting with French Montana. But it's not all luck. There's some strategy involved, like in his sports betting, which, let's be real, he's not great at. In 2022 alone, he's down 2.6 million from UFC bets, including 1.5 million on Izzy to beat Pereira. His sports bets have been so off that people call it the Drake curse. Anything he throws money on, they bet the opposite. Yet, surprisingly, he's still coming out on top. That's probably because he's teamed up with Stake, who's fronting him the money to gamble, or at least giving him a cut to promote their site. And that's all. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're never ever going to miss an upload. See you in our next video.